Chapter 11 of The Bigger Picture. Rescue Circle Work. We continued to sit in circle for years, much to the annoyance of some of the older members of the church. Eventually we turned into a rescue circle, although we had no idea that's what it was until someone explained it to us. Apparently we were attracting restless souls, those who had passed but had no idea where they were or what had happened to them. Some didn't even realize they were dead, and this often happened during a sudden death. They were trapped between two worlds, living closer to the earth plane than the spiritual. Can you imagine how frightening that must have been? They were drawn towards our light and energy that we were sending from the circle, and it was our job to point them in the right direction and to help them to move onwards. Sometimes it could be quite harrowing work, especially when, as a group, we often experienced how that person died and the circumstances surrounding it. I could never, and still can't, see spirit, but I could sense them close to me. I could feel what they felt, both physically and emotionally. June could see and described in detail what she was seeing. The other two in the circle filled in the gaps, so between the four of us, we had a complete picture. Some of those poor souls suffered horribly, and most of the cases we dealt with were usually because of accident or murder. Some nights it took ages to help an individual, and we would not leave until we knew that that soul had moved onwards to a place where it needed to be. In my experience, I've never encountered a soul who didn't want to be helped. It was as if they knew they were lost and just needed a little bit of a nudge and guidance to move onwards. It became very clear to me that when people claim places are haunted, it is, in fact, just those lost souls who have no idea of what has happened to them and are clinging on to what they know, their homes and their loved ones. Sometimes they have been doing this for hundreds of years, but remember, that's hundreds of years in our time, in our reality. In the spirit world, there is no time. It was such rewarding work, but we had to be very careful that we closed our circle down completely and disconnected ourselves so as not to take away the more negative aspects of the work we did. I never had a problem personally. I could completely detach once the circle had closed. But I do know that some people find it difficult to draw the line between the spiritual work they do and the world in which they live.